Hello friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design, and welcome to Make and Take Tutorial Tuesday. Today we're going to make our next monthly shaker folio with photo plays year with my gnomies. We've already done January, February, and March, so this month we are working with the April papers, and they have an Easter theme. They're super sweet, and you're going to need both sheets, the icons, and the cards. And we're going to start with two 6-inch by 8.5-inch pieces of a green cardstock. This is kind of a springy green. I got this from Photoplay paper. It's called Jadeite. And I've lined this with 3/8 inch score tape, and I'm just going to overlap these two pieces using that score tape as a guide. And then I'm going to burnish it down. I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. This is a super quick and easy folio to make. You can use it with these papers, or you can use it to make any kind of a design with any paper collection, because it's really easy. So we're just going to score this at 6, and I like to fold it and then score it again at 6, and then score it at 3. I'll score it at 9, and then we're going to fold it like this. This is our cover. This folds in, and this flap folds out. So it looks like this. Real easy design, very quick to make, but you can do a lot with it, as you'll see as we make this. So the first thing we're going to do is, with a really bright pink, we're going to cut 3 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 liners. And I actually cut these a little bit, just a little bit above 5 3/4. I don't quite like that really wide, so I go like about a 1/16 of an inch above the 5 3/4 when I'm cutting it. But I didn't do the math to figure out what that would be. But see, this is like the perfect width border for me. Now, if you like a wider border, then you just go right ahead and there, it was crooked. You know, cut it the width that you like it to be. So we need one here. And we need one on the back. So this will help cover up where we joined on the back. You'll hardly be able to tell that these papers were joined, which is always a nice thing. And I'm working with 8.5 by 11 paper. If you have 12 by 12, then, you know, obviously you can do something different. Here. Then in this center panel, this is going to be a pocket. And so what I've done here is I've cut it the same width, but it's not as long, because this way I didn't have to cut into a new sheet of paper. And we're going to put a pocket on the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. And here's our pocket piece. So this was 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. We're going to score a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Then we're going to trim out. So I'm cutting up from that vertical line to the horizontal and then just angling out. Fold on your lines and burnish. These liner papers are a lightweight 65-pound paper. The base paper is a 100-pound. But I find that the liner papers don't need to be as heavy as the base papers. So put a little adhesive in your corners. And I know a lot of you have done these a million times with me, so you can move along. But I always like to repeat it in case we have somebody new. And then this is going to go just like this. Then we need a piece over here for this flap page. These are 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. And flip this. This one's going to go right here. And then, let's see, this is 1.5 inches. So we're going to cut just under 1.5 inches. And this is going to line our pocket perfectly. Just like that. And then the next step is to make these little gussets to hold this pocket closed. So take your piece, cut this just under 1.5 inches. And you'll need 2 of these. Fold these in half. This is really not very heavy paper, otherwise I would use my scoring tool. So you're going to put the folded edge against the cut edge of your paper. Just like this. And then turn that over. So now we're all lined. Look at that. Pretty slick, huh? Okay. So from your icons paper, I want you to cut a 5, I think this is 5 5/8 is what I said. Actually, this looks like it's just a hair over 5.5 by 5.5 square. Go ahead and glue this down. All those adorable little gnomes, they're so cute. Okay. And then from your icons paper, also you have this polka dot, and trim this out. You can see how I trimmed this. All right, I'll just show you this. Here's our paper, and I did this 7 by 5 5/8, and then I scored a little pocket on the bottom. That's for the inside. That's just so you can see how I cut this piece up. So we have this here, and then let's just set this aside for now. and we'll come back to that. I want to do the inside. So you should have your April calendar, and I've trimmed this out to 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and this goes on the left. Now, if you don't want to use the calendar and you want to use the gnomes on the other side, absolutely feel free to do that. So this goes right here. Then in the center, this is going to be our pocket. This piece that I just showed you that I cut to 7 by 5 5/8. And you can see I took the entire 6-inch here and then added this inch of the green polka dot. So I just changed the orientation of the paper. And what we want to do there is create a couple of little gussets. I'm just looking through my scraps. Okay. I'm just going to fold this in half. And cut it in half. To line this pocket. And just always check your sides, make sure it's not hanging out over the side. The whole idea is to make these invisible. And then this is going to go right here, just like that. So I'm going to trim off this orange piece and trim off the branding strip. And I'm just going to lay this over the top of my pocket. In fact, I might go. No, I like it to say April. This is going to go just like this. And then from your cards piece, cut up your journal card and put it in there. Take this piece that has the family and the little circles with this like that. Score it in between the two images and tuck that one of our tags in there. Let's put "You're a Funny Bunny" in there. So I'm just going to trim this out. Oops. There we go. All right. So now I want to make a pocket over here. So I'm going to trim out this piece right here. This is also from the card sheet. And our pink panel is, whoops, 2 5/8, and this is 3. So, all right, let's see if we can make this work. This is really skinny, but we might be able to do it if we here. And then right here. And then along the bottom. And we fold these. Okay. That is going to be perfect. So now we have let's see. All right. So I'm just going to mark that with my thumbnail. I'm going to trim that to 3 3/4. And again, you can see I cut this so I have the little tiny bit of the Easter egg. I think that was from the branding strip on there. It's always fun to look for ways that you can cut paper to customize it. All right, so this is going to be tricky, but I think we can do it just a little wee thin piece here, and a little wee thin piece here, and a little wee thin piece here. All right. That looks really great. And then our little funny bunny guy goes in here. Let's use this rainbow because it will kind of tie in. And I'm just folding it sort of at a diagonal, almost like bunny ears. And I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to use my tiny attacher. Actually, I want them both to be stripy, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut on that line. There we go. I'm just going to come in, add a staple, and then if I go to my sticker sheet, I can take this bright yellow flower and put it over that, and then this lives in the pocket. Cute, right? Okay, so flip this page. Now we have all right, so we just need to trim this down a little bit because it is 6. So I took about 3/8 off on that side and about 3/8 off on that side. Let's see if it'll fit. Perfect. I'm just going to trim off the orange strip. And this is going to go in my pocket. Just like that. All right, so let's use the yellow. And let's cut this to 5 5/8. And let's go 2. And this is on the other side of the Easter egg hunt thing. That's really cute together. I like that a lot. Back cover with this floral print. And this is also, I want to say 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. Very cute. Okay, so I'm looking through my scraps and I found these 2 little squares of our designer paper. This one is the little piece we cut off the polka dot. So this is almost 2.5 by almost 2 3/4, and I just folded a little flap on it. I'm going to go into my stickers and I'm going to take this gnome and glue him on the flap. And then this is an embossing buddy, and you can use cornstarch to do this. You can use, any kind of baby powder. An embossing buddy is nice because it's neat and tidy, but you can see now that doesn't stick. So this guy will go right here in the pocket, which is hilarious. And then this piece is just a tiny bit too tall. This one is 3, so I want to take it down. Yeah, I want to take it down to 2, just a little over 2 3/4, because then I think it will fit perfectly in the pocket. And we're going to do the exact same thing with our Easter egg gnome. And we're going to put him. Oh, these guys are cute. And then do the same thing with your embossing buddy or your powder or whatever. So there's that. And he'll go right in here. So there's our little pocket gnomes. Those are so cute. I'm sorry, guys. They just make me laugh. So now we can flip this. And let's go ahead and put from our sticker sheet, let's put spring up here. Let's take Easter. Let's take Egg Hunt and put it down the side. Let's put the yellow April here. We need that little pop of color. Then we can take our flowers and stick them around like that, which is really cute. All right, let's go work on the cover. So what I did was I took a Tim Holtz lace chipboard frame, and I painted it with off-white chalk paint. And then I took distress paint in all the colors that are in the cover, and I just spattered it over that. And this makes our shaker frame. So now we've got this other piece of the polka dot paper that is 2.5 by 5 5/8. And we're going to glue this down the left-hand side so that we have about 1/2 inch border. Then we're going to take our other little bunny tag. I'm going to line up my frame. So I want my bunny tag to be right here. So I'm going to glue him down. And I'm using my border to keep me straight. Although with gnomes, it's probably not as big of a deal if you're a little bit crooked. They're pretty playful and they're pretty forgiving. All right. So he's going to go here. So I glued my clear cardstock on the back, or acetate, whatever you want to call it. 3 rows of 1/8 inch foam strips. So I've brought in my shaker elements. These are little Renee Bouquet. They're like little, I think she calls them candy. They're like little tiny bits. And these are buttons galore. This is chicks and bunnies. Super cute little sequins. Oops. So I'm going to put a little handful of those in there. And these are from Buttons Galore and More. I don't know if they still have these. These are from last year. And then these are some pearls from Renee Bouquets. And I want to just, this is going to be tricky because they're going to want to roll. But I want to add these in. I'm going to make a little nest for them. Wow. That worked in my head. All right. I'm going to take these really big ones out because I think they're too big anyway. Neat. Okay. So cluster these in. And just a tiny handful . There we go, just a pinch. And these are, I think these are unicorn or something. Yeah, rainbow unicorn. All right, now let's see if I move my hand, am I going to lose everything? All right. Get my bunnies and chicks in there. Oops, run away. Oops, he just doesn't want to play. All right, and I've got one last sequin here. All right, if you've ever done this, you know how hard that is. So I'm going to line up my frame. And press it in place. That's pretty good. I only missed one sequin. That's pretty good. And I don't have them all over my hands. So we'll shake this up a little bit. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. That is a really cute shaker. I like that a lot. Okay, so these bigger ones barely fit. I should have taken those out too. I'm glad I didn't try to put the really big ones in. All right, now I have this strip of the floral that is about 1 inch, I think. Yep, an inch by 5 5/8. And we're going to lay this down. Over here, just like that. And then I went through my stash and, oh wait, we got this. Somebody loves you. So cute. Okay, I've created a little flower cluster with some spring butterfly ribbon and some little posies I found in my stash. And I want to glue these down. Oops, glue stick's about to go. On the side of my frame, just like this. And then I put a little bit of foam tape, oops, behind my bunny. So I don't think I actually need to tie him into the cluster. I'm just going to snip this. I think he'll stay there, especially once, that's cute, once we add the rest of what we're going to add. We've got these little carrot buttons, and I'm going to put these down with my Dries Clear because with plastic buttons, hot glue doesn't always hold, which can be disappointing. So I'm putting these on either side of Somebody Loves You. And then I took all these little egg stickers and I've mounted them on scraps of cardstock. And we're just going to create like a little egg nest over here with all of these guys. And then I've got a flower. Let's tuck that in right there. And then I took this little title from the sticker sheet and backed it with foam tape. And we're just going to put this right along the bottom. And I think that finishes us up. I don't think this needs anything else. It's really, really cute. The only thing I might add is a button over here, but I'm not sure about that. I think this is, I'm pretty happy with this. This looks complete to me. Sometimes once I clean up and come back, I go, oh, I should put, you know, like I might tuck this little. No, I think we're good. I'll save that carrot for another day. But there you go, our April Gnome of the Month with Photo Play. You're with my Gnomies. Such a sweet little folio. I love how these guys turn out. Now there's some jelly bean bits left that you could add on the inside if you wanted to, but I think this looks pretty complete. I really like these little guys in the pocket. They make me laugh. So that was fun. All right, guys, that is Make and Take Tuesday tutorial. Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design, and I'll see you next week. Go get your craft on. Bye.